Dallas, baby.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hughes from ET Card Collector. So that was Jay from Mojo Sports. And as you can tell, it was weekend of the Dallas Card Show. This was the big one in Allen that happens every couple of months, the 700 or so table show. I ended up going and getting a weekend pass. Normally I just try to go Thursday night and or Friday night, but this time I wanted to try the weekend. I went on Saturday and it was absolutely nuts. So many people. There was a lot of autograph guests, a lot of former Oklahoma Sooners, some Rangers, obviously being in the Dallas area. So it reminded me of why I don't like to go on the weekends to big shows like this, why I try to stick to Thursday night and or Friday night. That said, I did have fun. I went, I only spent about 2 hours each day, really. Friday, we only spent about an hour and a half. Saturday, I spent about 2 hours just due to the crowds. I mean, I don't know, this hobby is alive. This hobby is well. This hobby is just thriving. You know, anybody that says otherwise needs to go spend a Saturday at the Dallas Card Show. I bet I was bumped into just the 2 hours there probably 10 times. People walking by just elbow you in the side, bump into your backpack. And I had a really small backpack. It didn't have but a box and a notebook in it. And then my magnifying glass for cards I was looking for. So, but still I got bumped into probably 10 times, and most of them were just like bump and go. Not even turn around, not even acknowledge it, not even say anything, which that's fine. You know, it happens. I should be expecting it at those type shows, but it is what it is. I did manage to buy from two dealers. I bought a card that I previously had in a PSA slab, and I got rid of it, and then I bought it in a lower graded slab this time, just to have it in the collection, because it was a card that I really wanted and collected as a kid. But like I said, overall, it was a pretty good experience, even though Saturday was as busy as it was. I got to see some guys that I enjoy shaking hands with and saying hi to. Obviously, Jay from Mojo. The guys from Collector Investor Auction were there, and some other guys that I enjoy, you know, sitting and talking conversation with them. It just makes the hobby what it is to me. It's more than about buying a card or selling a card. You know, it's about the relationships and the friendships that you build and shaking hands and seeing people's faces. I just arrived into the parking garage at the Dallas Card Show. It is just after 6 o'clock, just getting off work. So I've got less than 2 hours by the time I get in and get my badge to find some cards. I'm not sure I'm coming back the rest of the weekend. We will see. But I just wanted to pop over tonight since I work not far from here. So anyway, another problem I ran into is I only have $10. That's all I had in my pocket. I didn't have time to go by the bank, so we'll just see what we can find. Why not do like a $10 challenge? So let's go inside, see what we can find, and I'll come back later and show you what I got. And I wound up with 13 cards, all from the same dealer. They were in a dollar box, and he came down to 10 for all of these cards. So let's get started. 1951 Bowman Vic Wertz. 1959 Topps Carl Furillo. 1960 Topps Johnny Padres. 1971 Topps Jim Hunter. And then a football card, a 1957 Topps Norm Van Brocklin. This was in a dollar box because it's got some writing, but that kind of makes it interesting because you just think about some person, kid, adult, whatever, sitting in, you know, collecting these cards back in the 50s or 60s. They see that Van Brocklin was traded, and so they cross out the Rams and put his new team, which was a common thing back then. So that was the vintage I got out of that dollar box. Also got some Rangers for the collection, a Bowman First Chrome Sapphire of Kumar Rocker, and then a Bowman Topps Chrome Sapphire of Josh Young, and then a Platinum Anniversary Blue Prism Refractor of Ivan Rodriguez, some more refractors, Nate Eovaldi, Marcus Semien, another Josh Young, And then the two better cards I got out was a 1965 Topps Casey Stengel and a 1961 Topps Bobby Richardson from the 1960 World Series. So I got all those for $10. That was my challenge for Friday night, so I'm happy with it.
The problem is nobody knows whether it came out of a wax pack, a cello pack, a jumbo pack, a rack pack, because they made all these different kind of packs back then. Yeah, to push it. I'm sure he would remember what kind of pack it came out of. Oh, yeah, actually does. Because that's the mystery. Nobody knows if it was just one certain thing or if it came out of all of them.
Real, it's got nice centering.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the times. I would be losing. I don't want to lose money. And the only reason they're out there is because I have a lot of empty space. I'm like, man, I'm going to put my 40 down, play bottles.
Wow.
I'll sell them.
That's pretty-
I don't
that's
want to take
something
off too much.
Let's go, Dallas, baby. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. What'd you win?
We did a $500 pack war.
We both lost.
We both, honestly, we both lost.
It was
Oh, no. So I did not get a lot of footage Saturday just because it was so busy. Lines at the tables, people looking at showcases were sometimes multiple people deep. So I was not able to get a lot, but I did get some, and I hope you enjoyed it. So let's look at some of the cards I got. The first card I got, 1966 Topps Venezuelan of Roland Sheldon. There's the back of it. Not the most important name in the hobby, but I did not own any Venezuelan cards, and so I wanted to add one to my collection, and it was pretty fair priced, I thought. In really good shape. There you can see the centering in the corners and edges and whatnot. No creases in it that I could see. So I got that card, and I also got from the same dealer this stack of 1970s Texas Rangers cards, 73, 74s, 75s. And these will all go into my team sets. In notebooks, there's a 74 checklist. These will all go into my team set, 73, 74, 75, and then a couple of later 70s as well. So I needed all those. They were in a quarter box, so I'm glad I picked them up. And then the other two cards I bought, I try to buy from this husband and wife couple every show. They're out of Arkansas, and so I try to buy something from them every show. This time I bought a 1972 Topps Ted Williams. This also will go into my Rangers team set, into my 72 team set. There's that, of the Hall of Fame manager. He only managed the Rangers 1 year, and so he only had a 72 card with him. But there it is. And then the other card is a 1990 Pro Set Emmitt Smith and a PSA 8. I had this card last year in a 9, and I moved it to focus on some other things that I wanted at the time. And also, I didn't really need to have it in a 9. An 8 would be just perfect for my collection. I just want the card slabbed. This is one of those cards that I collected heavily growing up. This is when I was in junior high playing football. Of course, playing for my favorite team, the Cowboys. And I broke so many packs and boxes of Pro Set. And I mean, I probably had 10 or 12 of this card at one time. but I got it in a PSA 8 at the show yesterday, from the same couple I got the Ted Williams. So those are the cards I got at the show on Saturday. I appreciate you watching, and so long.